they're whispering, but they're not. So we're just kindly requesting that those who are talking either stop talking and join us, or leave the hall to talk outside. جزاكم الله خير. وفي رواية لمسلم من عمل عملا ليس عليه أمرنا فهو رد. So in this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, on the authority of Aisha, he said, whoever introduces into this affair, this matter of ours, that which is not from it, it will be rejected. There's another version of the same hadith collected by Muslim. This first hadith was collected by Bukhari and Muslim. The second hadith was collected by Muslim, or the second version of it was collected by Muslim, and in that hadith he said, whoever performs a deed in this affair of ours, which we have not legislated, it will be rejected. So this hadith of Aisha, the scholars of Islam have referred to it as nisful ilm. They've referred to it, this hadith, as half of knowledge. And the reason why they've given it this status is because they say that if you look at the deeds that we do, the religious deeds that we do, they're divided into two categories, two primary categories. Al-a'mal al-zahira wal-a'mal al-batina. The deeds which are external, they are apparent, they are done by the limbs. And the deeds which are internal, they're hidden and they're done by the heart. These deeds are weighed by what? Two scales. The first scale, the scale of those deeds which are what? Internal, deeds of the heart, are weighed by the hadith of al-Khattab, in which the Prophet said, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ وَإِنَّمَا لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مَا نَوَى. Actions are but by intentions, and every person will receive as a recompense for his deeds in accordance with what he intended. The other scale is this hadith, the hadith of Aisha, which is the scale by which the deeds, the external deeds, are weighed. مَنْ عَمِلَ عَمَلًا لَيْسَ عَلَيْهِ أَمْرُنَا فَهُوَ رَدٌّ. Whoever does a deed which we have not legislated, it will be rejected. So two scales. So your deeds are either going to be what? Internal, and they'll be judged by what scale? The scale of the hadith of Umar. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Actions are but by intentions. Or they'll be what? External deeds, and they'll be judged by what? By the other scale. So that makes this hadith half of what? Half of knowledge. Half of knowledge. Because what we need to be concerned about as we do our deeds is husnul niyyah, having the right intention, wa husnul shay, wa husnul amal, doing the deed the right way. طيب. This hadith, it teaches us what the Prophet meant when he said, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. It actually clarifies, it provides clarity for that hadith. The word إِنَّمَا in Arabic, it means only. So if we take the hadith literally, it's as if the Prophet is saying, actions are only judged by intentions. That will make a person think it doesn't matter what I do or how I do it. The kayf, the how, and the what doesn't matter. All that matters is what? The why. Y'all see that? And you hear this from people. People will do something wrong, you'll say, hey, you're not supposed to do it like that. And they'll say what? إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. They'll say, Allah knows my intention, I have the best of intentions. All that matters is the intention. But the Prophet comes back now and he says, no. The most important thing is the intention, but it's not the only thing. مَنْ عَمِلَ عَمْلًا لَيْسَ عَلَيْهِ أَمْرُنَا فَهُوَ رَدٌّ. Whoever does a deed that we have not legislated, it will be what? Rejected. So the kayf, the how, it matters too. Y'all see that? Mumtaz. طيب ثم بعد ذلك, as we said, this hadith, it has two versions or two wordings. The first wording is man ahdath, whoever introduces, whoever invents in this affair of ours. The second wording is man amila, whoever what? Performs. Are they the same or are they different? Are they the same or are they different? Okay, are they different? Jazakallah khair. Abdul Razak had the courage. Everybody was like, I'm not going to say anything. Let me see what he says. So that's right. Abdul Razak is right. They're different. How are they different? Man ahdath, whoever invents, whoever introduces. Man amila, whoever what? Performs. Imagine you had what? Two circles, one inside the other. Okay? That means that one of them is what? More general, more inclusive than what? Than the other. Man ahdath, whoever invents, whoever introduces would be that smaller circle. Y'all see that? Man ahdath amal. Whoever invents is gonna what? Is gonna do the thing he invented. فيدخل في أي شيء في دائرة العمل. But not everybody who does the wrong thing or does something that's not legislated invented it. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? So that's the difference. You see that? So one circle is what? It's smaller. And one is what? More. It's broader, more inclusive. ثم بعد ذلك, in each one of these, the Prophet said, "Fi amrina," whoever invents in this affair of ours, whoever performs in this affair of ours. What's the affair? Dinina, wa shar'ina, wa fiqhina. Our religion, our law, our jurisprudence. It's like when Allah said in the Quran, "Am lahum shuraka, shara'u lahu min ad-din, ma lam ya'dhan bihi Allah." Do they have partners, rival gods, who legislated for them from religion that which we have not what? We have not given any authority. We've not given any permission. Y'all see that? It's the same thing. God is saying, is that how it works? Okay, you guys are doing this thing over here that I haven't legislated. What God gave you permission to do that? Y'all see that? So it's as if Allah is saying when a person does bid'ah, it's as if they're saying they have another what? Another God that what? Legislated this deen that the real God didn't legislate. He also says what? In both of the wordings, he says, فَهُوَ رَدْ أي مردود على صاحبه غير مقبول. He says it will be rejected, meaning it will be thrown back in the face of the one who invented it or the one who did it, and it will not be accepted. Which lets you know that the people who say that, you'll say, hey, actually, that's not how the Prophet did it. They'll say, why are you giving me a hard time? Look at all these people who don't pray. Why are you bothering me about the way that I pray? I'm praying. What difference does it make how? God knows my intention. God will accept. You guys see that? People say that. They push back. The how matters. It matters so much that if you don't do it the right way, God won't accept it because what? He's under no obligation to accept it. Right? Inna Allah tayyib, la yaqbalu illa tayyiban. Allah is good. He doesn't accept except that which is good. Good because you say so, or good because He says so. Y'all see that? It's up to Him to decide if it's good or not. And so we need to make sure that we do it the way He wants, so He will accept it. Let's focus in on this first wording. The first wording, he says, "Man ahdatha fi amrina," whoever invents, whoever introduces in this affair of ours that which is not from it. Teaches us a few things. We'll mention two of them. Number one, it teaches us that if we don't nata'akkad, we don't ascertain, and we don't achieve certain knowledge that the thing that we're doing is from the deen. Fi asliha, or fi aslihi. This thing that we're doing is from the deen in what? In its nature, in its origin. But we do it anyway. We do it anyway. We just like, you know what? This it feels good to me. Right? It makes sense to me. I like this. It feels good to me. And you go ahead and you do it. It will not be accepted. it will not be accepted. And if other people follow you, and the Prophet didn't mention this, but he mentioned another hadith, he didn't mention this hadith, but he mentioned another hadith, if other people follow you in that, you will get the sin for introducing it, and the sin of everybody who followed it. He said in the hadith, he said, من سن في الإسلام سنة سيئة فله وزرها ووزر من تبعها إلى يوم القيامة. He said, whoever introduces into this matter of ours a sunnah which is not from it, or an evil sunnah, a bid'ah, then he'll get the sin for that bid'ah and the sin for every person who follows it. That leads us to the second thing. If it will be rejected and you'll be punished for it because you didn't make sure, you didn't ascertain, you didn't achieve certain knowledge about its veracity, then that means that knowing is optional. Knowing is what? Is required. We have to know. We have to know. We can't go through life guessing whether or not the things that we're doing are right or not. We can't go through life doing that, Muslims. We have to know that the things that we're doing, we have to do a little research. We just can't see people doing things and do what other people do. You guys see that? Well, somebody asks you, why do you do that? Well, that's what I've seen people do. That's all I know. No, we can't do that because we will be held accountable for not knowing or for our negligence. You guys see that? That's what the hadith is teaching us. Man ahdatha fi amrina ma laysa minhu. But the one last thing I want to mention, and this is something that the scholars mentioned, and something that we need to understand about the implications of the things that we do. The implications are very, very important because when you understand the implications, it helps you what? It helps you be a little bit more vigilant in avoiding the wrong things. Suppose somebody knew that the thing that they were going to do was not going to be accepted, but they did it anyway. I know that this is not from the deen of Allah. I know that Allah doesn't accept the deeds that are not from His deen, that are introduced into His deen, but are not from it. I know He won't accept them because the Prophet said, and I believe in His words, but I do it anyway. You guys see that? Not only will that deed not be accepted, but that person will be guilty of al-istihza billah, making fun of Allah. And making fun of Allah is a type of what? Kufr. It's a type of disbelief. Abillahi wa ayati wa rasulihi kuntum tastahzi'un la ta'tadhiru qad kafartum ba'da imanikum. Allah says, are you making fun of Allah, His signs, and His messenger? Do not make excuses. You have disbelieved after believing. And this is why some of the scholars say that if a person prayed, muhdithan, they prayed and they knew that they had broken their wudu and they had not renewed it, and they went ahead and prayed anyway intentionally, not inadvertently. People can forget. I'm saying a person knows, I don't have wudu, but they pray anyway. Some of the scholars, not all of them, but some of them say, man fa'ala dhalika faqad kharaja min Islam. Whoever does that has what? Has left Islam. Because by doing so, he's making fun of Allah, because he's doing a deed that he knows won't be accepted. You guys see that? And just by extension, before closing, this is important for those of us who are in this non-Muslim space where we want to encourage non-Muslims to be sympathetic to Islam, or even maybe to what? To embrace Islam. And we use methods and means that are not what? Legislated. And one of the methods and means is encouraging non-Muslims to do what? To do Muslim things, to do religious things that we do, to what? To get a feel for it. So for example, you tell a non-Muslim, you say, hey, let's do a fast-a-thon, right? We Muslims are going to fast for 3 days. We're going to fast AMOB. Why don't you fast with us? Will that fast be accepted? From a non-Muslim who doesn't believe in God at all? No, it won't be accepted. And so encouraging him to do that is actually making fun of who? Allah. Encouraging a non-Muslim what? Come pray with us. I'm telling you, the prayer just has this incredible spirituality about it. This incredible spiritual effect. Pray with us and you'll see. You see that you encourage a non-Muslim who hasn't washed, doesn't believe in the first place, You encourage them to what? To pray. You guys see that? We shouldn't do that. Because one, we're introducing into the religion that was not from it. The Prophet ﷺ was keen to make the non-Muslims believe. Did he ever ask them to fast? Did he ever ask them to pray? In fact, when he told Mu'adh to go to Yemen, he told him what? إِنَّكَ تَأْتِ قَوْمًا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ فَلِيكُنْ أَوَّلَ مَا تَدْعُوهُمْ إِلَيْهِ شَهَادَةُ أَنْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. You're going to go to some people from the people of the book. They're non-believers. Let the first thing you call them to be what? To believe in God. فَإِنْ أَطَاعُوا لَكَ بِذَلِكَ. If they accept that, then tell them about what? Prayer. Meaning what? If they don't accept God, don't tell them about what? Prayer. It's a waste of time. That prayer won't be accepted because they don't believe in God. Y'all see that? So coming full circle, we have to make sure that these we do are right. These we do are in accordance with the Sunnah. And if we are not sure, we err on the side of caution and we don't do them. Because if you do a deed and you know God's not going to accept it, you're making fun of God. And we don't want to be the people who are in that space of making fun of God, because the results of that ultimately could be kufr. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from al-kufr, and may He make us from those who listen to the talk and follow the best of it. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Do not run away. We're going to have breakfast. They're making it right now. I'm going to go help them make it. And those of the Shabab who were here with us last night, I'm asking you, ladies and gentlemen from the Shabab who were here with us last night and spent the night, I'm asking you to please go around to the common areas